to sit inside and just relax inside something you created. For those of you who do not know, we are currently in Quarterdeck. Okay. So welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always nice to come back.
Isn't it? And it is gorgeous in here. So, I had to sit down with you as the director of marketing for ARMONI. I love pushing things forward that you're involved in. I just love pushing beautiful spaces forward. So I had to have a sit down with you. And you know my history. I've had a talk show or two. But anywho, let's get back on track. So Quarterdeck feels less like a build and more like a controlled experience. What emotional journey were you intentionally trying to design from the arrival to the immersion of it all?
We all have this connotation of what a yacht club would be. I've actually never been a part of a yacht club in real life, but I built what I imagined it would be. And I think the experience is to feel rich, like you just got invited to become a part of this really special experience, maybe something you paid thousands of dollars to be a part of, and you're just walking into this grandiose experience, like this grandiose build, where you just feel like you're supposed to be here. It's got that type of vibe here, I think, for sure.
You definitely captured that. I love those chairs in the front, the Amante chairs. Which, this space is definitely all about networking. So the fact that even choosing that chair for me was very special before I even saw the space, because I had no idea what was going on. All I knew was there was a major project and you were working, honey. So when I saw that chair in the front, I said, oh, it almost brought a virtual tear to my eye, because that chair brought me and some of my friends in real life close together. So knowing that it's in a space that's virtual, that's meant to bring people together, I was like, yes, come on with the chef's kiss right at the door. Okay. So my next question.
That was intentional.
It was.
It was intentional.
Don't make me cry. I'm emotional today. So my next question for you is, there's a strong dialogue between water, glass, and light here. How did you use those elements to communicate ARMONI's identity without saying a word? There's no verbals. It's just, you can just get it. How did you do that?
When I sat down with Jaden and we were coming up with which build design that we were going to use, really gravitated towards this design because I felt like the whole building was like an island of its own. Like everything is here and it's centered around like the yachting experience. I'm a huge fan of glass. In real life, such large sheets of glass are very expensive, and I like to use glass because it leans into it, like this build being something of a huge investment. It also is the color palette. So the color palette here is a mix between lights and darks. So I thought for the lighting, it was important to keep it dim and subtle so that it wouldn't feel cold or overstimulating. And I think it's definitely giving extravagant without being loud.
I love that. I absolutely do love that, because I love the use of glass in this space. And as somebody who, I see a lot of buildings all the time, I live in the city, and you don't just do your builds like, okay, here's another glass building. It feels very intentional.
Of course. I mean, like on a yacht, like you want to stand on the deck and you want to see the water. I feel like it's the same for an interior space that's on the water. You want to have a good view from no matter where you're at.
Right. Yeah, the views, like I told Jaden, every spot in here is Instagrammable. Like, I don't care what angle you're at, you got definitely the money shot. All right. So Quarterdeck balances openness with exclusivity. How did you design for visibility while still preserving intimacy and status?
Given that this is a yacht club, like yachts are not like mass-produced type of items, right? Like they're exclusive, they're custom, and we follow the same principles here. So you'll see a lot of custom objects that were tailored to this experience in particular. So like when you go into a space and you see a lot of custom objects, you definitely feel like somebody really cared about their project enough to invest in having things custom meshed. But we're doing custom branding, nothing generic, and the fact that we're using all of my furniture in the same build keeps it like cohesive. It makes you feel like you're being invited into something special, and that it must mean something about you that you've arrived.
Yes, you've arrived is exactly how I felt when I first walked in here. I love that he kind of gave you a palette and you played on it. Like, I think it came out beautiful. Just like those earrings I see with your name in them. We're gonna zoom in on those, because come on, talk about custom.
My blender necklace.
Hello. Because get into it.
Right.
What details in this space are intentionally subtle? what is like the smallest detail in here that you put your little stamp on it, but like the general naked eye probably wouldn't even catch it?
I'm gonna say physical size of texturing.
Mm.
This is a big it's a big thing for me when it comes to quality, is that all of the textures feel like they're the right size
Right.
and the right proportion. Because I make materials and I see other people using my materials in other places, if I see that they're, stretched, they don't read correctly. And I think that not enough people pay attention to the correct physical size of a material when it's applied to a building. So yeah, I think that's something that people would overlook, that I take great attention to detail at.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. You can tell like this is an artsy texture, but then you could also tell artsy did not texture this. In certain spaces, and
Yeah.
because people are learning. I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of people, especially in this space, they probably weren't even texturing things before your store got here. And when they saw
Right.
your textures, they got crazy with it. It's like, I'm throwing this on everything. You
Right.
know? So definitely,
It has to be deliberate.
yes.
Because not every mesh is sized to fit,
Right.
what it is that you're putting on it.
Yes.
But yeah, that's my little inside thing.
Well, I love that attention to detail, and I've enjoyed basking in all of your work because it's been a time here. Every time I come here, it is breathtaking, and I absolutely love it. So, what else do you have going on? What do you have cooking?
A whole lot.
Do tell.
Right now, I'm kind of immersed in learning substance designer.
Okay.
So I'm like getting into material authorship. I create the materials in Substance Painter right now, but Substance Designer gives me a whole different level of authorship.
Yes.
From creating the patterns to, making my own pipelines and systems, which I haven't done on this type of scale before. So I'm really excited about that. Lots of new texture packs coming.
Great. We love some textures. We love
it. As you know, I just participated in my first big event,
Yes.
Lead Station,
Yes.
and Equal 10 next month.
Excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
Bring me out of
Getting out into
blogging
the world for the
retirement,
first time.
child. Yes.
Yeah,
I love
feels like a
that.
sitcom.
I love it. I'm excited. I know there's going to be so much more. Just this alone, everybody's like, the summer is going to be amazing. So I feel like that energy is going to flow through people's workflows and everything. So I'm personally excited to see what else you're going to create. You've always amazed me. And I love the fact that you're here and you're amazing even more people every day. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And that is a wrap.